Yo.
The fuck?
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yes. That. Yeah.
Let me
Absolutely.
say something. Let me just say one thing about it. You knew what this was. You knew what you were getting into. I don't care what y'all say. Phelps got crucified, and he was a white man. Like, there's no way in hell you thought that as a black woman, you was just gonna smoke weed and the Olympics were gonna say, "Come on down and keep running."
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Okay.
Is it right? No, I'm not. I'm not against weed in the Olympics because she's not smoking weed on the track. It's not a performance enhancing drug. Actually, I think it affects you in negative ways to run.
Right. Seriously.
But whatever, like you know what I'm saying.
You're saying
But
the rule is in place.
the rules in place. It's like the man-made laws, my nigga. Like as long as this rule
Man-made
exists,
laws. Mm-hmm.
as long as it exists, we are at the mercy of what's written.
Sha'Carri Richardson. Yeah. So
Shout out to her.
incredible athlete.
Incredible.
She was like on pace to go gold. Like we saw that coming. So it's unfortunate, but I mean, yeah, it is a rule in place. Essentially, what you said is what Biden said. Biden said, because he commented on it, he was like, "Look, the rules are there. Whether the rules should change, that's another conversation."
Mm-hmm.
But he was saying that he loved how she handled it, and she really handled it with grace. She didn't make a beef about it. Like,
and that's my
and people
thing,
rallied around her, like as we would.
And that's my thing. My what bothers me, right, is people get more mad than the person it's happening to.
What, like, is there a problem with that? What are you saying?
In this situation, kinda, because it's like she's like, all right, I know what I did. It's all good. Holler at y'all later. Maybe let it stop. She resets, and then we talk about the marijuana laws at the Olympics, right?
Yeah.
But at some point, it becomes so much of a conflict that we can't even start the conversation of marijuana laws because
it's like gloves off, yo.
Yeah, shit done started like going crazy. I think weed, as someone who has, had it before, is it has a negative effect on swimming and running. Like, I don't think you should be. So you mean to tell me that this nigga Michael Phelps could have like 1 million more medals because
man.
But I don't know.
So
and Sha'Carri's faster than she was.
Sha'Carri.
Oh my god.
Sha'Carri. Well, Seth Rogen was like, "Yo, if smoking makes you faster, yo, I would have been quick as shit."
That's what I'm like.
But no, Sha'Carri. To be clear, she did say like what she was dealing with. So because she's dealt with trauma. Her mom passed away, and that's how she was like coping. And so yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. It's on the books.
I understand, and I think the message that it sends when you have all these high profile people up in arms about it, rather than it just being her, because like if it's just her, it's painted as the angry black woman.
Yeah, and that's another thing
tough.
that's funny. Yeah. Is that like Steven Jackson was being put on a pedestal for being the spokesperson for like weed in sports, because he's like, Rachel's my homegirl, chill.
Yeah.
Like we smoke weed together, like yo, chill. Now he's like an Uncle Tom, and I'm like, damn, it's so crazy how the pendulum can swing. You know what I'm saying? But
it's situational. But like I think with the amount of people who were really standing by Sha'Carri Richardson,
it should be fine.
I think there's going to be a reassessment of like the rules, and that's probably a conversation to be had. Yeah.
And if one thing is for sure, she's black famous now, so she's gonna be alright. There's niggas that got famous and made money off of way less of a profile than she has. Hey. She is gonna be just fine.
And I don't know how old she is, but hopefully she can compete.
I think she's 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, if she can compete next time, all for it.
Yeah.
Hey, like, to be honest, Olympics.
Or is she 19?
Olympics
she
this
can
year.
Definitely. Yeah.
Olympics this year anyway is really like showing their ass with like not welcoming black people.
Who want to be there anyway, right?
Because let's be clear, Olympics has a long-standing history of like racism and like privilege and reeking of that. But damn, it's really showing their ass right now.
First Olympians were like black as fuck, but we'll move on.
Yeah, I mean, what is it called? They banned one of the, I think Soul is the name of the brand. They banned a black brand, saying that it doesn't cater to the natural form of hair.
It's China. Yeah, the what do you call it? The damn swim caps.
What does that do to like?
They said the swim caps.
Like it's a fucking advantage. Like which one do we? It poses no advantage. It's not like it has like flippers or some shit. But it's just let them rock.
It's literally just an afro. It's big enough for an afro, which is absolutely okay. But
yo, if you lose to someone like and they have like whatever, like let's say there are these added sort of obstacles and it's even harder for them to swim, that's on you.
That's a fact.
That is not an advantage for people. That's crazy. That was just.
I just wanted to touch on that before we left out of here, but
yeah. Salute to Sha'Carri.
Salute to Sha'Carri. Salute to all the black folk. You know
for sure. Yeah.
It's lit.
NCAA. They finally said it so that players can be paid for their likeness and their image.
Great. I'm glad you guys listened to our podcast a couple years ago.
Basically.
And yeah, give Reggie Bush his Heisman back. Thanks.
Here, this is the follow-up conversation to this. Okay, so that being said, right, with now this rule being in place, which is basically NCAA like just like scrambling and like, all right, here, like fine, you can get paid for your likeness. What does that say to the past? Is there a reparations conversation to have about this?
There has to be. It's like the retroactive weed thing. Like, you can't tell people weed is okay and then be like, you still got to serve the rest of your term. Nah, my nigga.
Seriously.
And actually expunge that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But,
no,
yeah,
I mean,
we'll see.
There's so many players who could have caked off of this shit or who could have not been blackballed in many instances. Remember the Fab Five, what they had to deal with? All of these players who... First of all, they was
about to try to get the Zion family hemmed up last year, right? Or the year before that? Selling Zion jerseys?
That sounds about right. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the shit is crazy. Like, there needs to... If we're going to really put this in place, what are we going to say? Like, okay, now, only as of now. What about before? No, man, I mean, that was back then, you know. Like, you can't go back. I mean... There's a lot of shit that you affected a lot of lives, like a lot of the lives of families, of kids. These were kids that were taken advantage of, and you know, it's unfortunate. So we'll see. I mean, but salute to the future student athletes. Yeah. I think that's awesome. I don't know how that'll go, like, because I'm sure they're gonna try to find ways to police it, right?
Yeah, of course, and like take percentages, but fight for your rights. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Keep fighting.
Absolutely.